Hey tribe, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're a channel subscriber, thank you for always coming back to support me. So today's video, I want to talk about the racist things that goes on in high school, Kenyan high schools, bro. Like, yeah. Should I call them racist or weird things? Let's say neocolonization in Kenyan high schools. So the first thing I want to mention is the hair. Why do we have to straighten or perm our hair, bro? Why do we have to straighten or perm our hair? Why can't I do braids? Why can't I do braids, wear a wig, wear whatever? Why can't I wear anything that I want, bro? Why can't I do whatever it is that I want with my hair? Why do I have to either straighten it or perm it? Why do you want me to look like a mzungu? Why do you want me to look like a white lady? Why do you want me to make my hair like a white lady while I'm a black lady? Can you imagine in high schools in Kenya, you cannot do braids. Some high schools, you can't do braids. You can't put your afro out. You can't style your hair in any way. Yani, you have to, hold it back. You can't even style your hair. You can't even lay your edges. In Kenyan high schools, you can't even use your lip gloss. You can't even carry perfume to school. Can you imagine? Perfume, bro. Even some lotions, these teachers used to just steal them. Okay, the hair part, yeah. Let's go. You can't even wear your locks to school. You can't go to school with dreadlocks. In an African school, Kenyan school, how am I in Africa? Yet I can't wear out my afro. I can't wear out my twist out. I can't wear out my locks. I have to straighten my hair or perm my hair like I'm a white lady, bro. And it's the way the female teachers are rude, and while they're the ones who should be supporting us. I don't understand why the whole school, 1,000 girls, can beg the principal to allow braids in high school, and they won't accept. Like, who gives rules for schools, bro? Now I'm starting to think that our schools are not really like controlled by our Kenyan government, because I don't see why an African man will not allow African girls to wear locks, braids, their afro to school, their mini twists to school. I don't see why an Africans will, which makes me think that, bro, we are still colonized, honey. We are still colonized, because I don't see how Africans would not allow African girls to wear locks, to wear, braids, twist outs, or the afro out in school. That's so weird, honestly. That's so weird. And this is so suspicious. It makes me think that Kenya, we are not independent. We're not independent like that, bro. And I feel like there's a white man behind our education system, because what do you mean? What do you mean? I have to straighten and perm my hair and I'm an African girl in Africa? The next weird thing is neocolonization in high school is English. We cannot use our native languages. We cannot use Kiswahili. We only have to speak in English. How am I in Africa, in a Kenyan school, yet I cannot use my mother tongue? I cannot use my national language, Kiswahili. I have to use English. Where have you ever gone to America and found kids being told to speak in Kiswahili the whole day, or Kikuyu, or Luya, or Luo, or whatever? I don't understand. Like, you could be punished if it used to be like a rule in school, you can only speak in English, bro. How am I in an African school, yet I can't use my native language? I can't use Kiswahili. Why am I using a foreigner's language in my homeland, bro? In my country? Do they talk in English? They do talk in English. Do they know Kiswahili? Do they know Kikuyu? Do they know Kikamba? Do they know Kiluya? What are you telling me, bro? Also, like, they want you to know English. They don't want you to know your own language. Then they want you to be a certain way. Like, they want you to be a whitey, The other thing that does not make sense. Okay, so English, the hair, and what else? Talking in English. Also, why do I have to read the American history or history from this that's not from Africa? Why do I have to read history from like European history and American history, yet they don't learn our history in America? They do not learn African history in America, bro. Why do we learn their history, yet they don't learn our history in their school? In as much as the history is a lie, you know, they do not learn our history in their schools, but us, we learn their history in school, bro. So those are the things that like the whatever neocolonialism that, you know, happens in high school. Like I'm trying to think of something else. So it's usually the hair, how you speak, yeah. Also, something that never used to make sense to me in high school is, so we are supposed to wear uniforms, yeah, but so we are supposed to wear uniforms so that we are equal, right? But these same people who tell us to wear uniforms so that we are equal go ahead and grades us. How can you say you want people to be equal and then go ahead and grade them and position them from number one to last? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Contradicting yourself much. Like, how can you say you want us to be all equal? You want us to straighten our hair or blow dry our hair, wear uniform so that we're equal, yet you go ahead and grade us from number one, from best to worst. Yo, it doesn't make sense. Something else that doesn't make sense is, why do we have to wear such long skirts? We are just little girls. Why can't we wear short, nice fitting skirts? Why do we have to look like that? Like, why do we have to wear short skirts? Long skirts, bro. I feel like I look at South Africans and the way they're usually so pretty, so nice, so, you know, so smart. They look like they're teenagers, bro. But us, we look like we are grandmas, bro, in high school. And we used to, like, you know, for us to wear short skirts, you're given your long skirt in school and then you go and shorten it. And, you know, it used to be an issue when some teachers find you with a short skirt. It could be an issue, you know. So, like, bro, and then they used to wear a very short skirt. There are, like teachers who used to wear very short skirts. And you know what the excuse is for us to wear long skirts? It's for the men in school. Actually, the men won't focus. We're going to be seducing them. I remember in high school, we had a class meeting because some people used to because of putting your finger on your mouth, some teachers used to say, we are seducing them. Mind you, these are grown-ass men saying that the girls are seducing them. They're putting their fingers in their mouth. Actually, they're sitting vibaya in class. They're sitting badly in class. Like, they're revealing, you know, actually, it's hard for the male teachers to, you know, concentrate and focus. They were promoting pedophilia, because what do you mean I can't wear my short skirt because there are male teachers in school and will distract them? I'm a child, bro. And the pedophilia that happens in school, that goes on in school, and the pedophilia and the grooming, the way these teachers be dating the students, you know, the weird things they do. And I remember in my school we even had a teacher who was a stud, and he used to make moves on these girls in school, bro. Hey, it was so crazy. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, hey, they promote pedophilia because, what do you mean I can't wear a certain way because the lecturers are not gonna be comfortable? Not the lecturers, the teachers in high school are not gonna be comfortable, so now I can't wear short skirts. I can, you know, it was weird. Like, can you imagine having a meeting because we are sitting in class like this? Bro. Anyway, yeah, that was another weird thing in high school. Like, also, this thing of sleeping at 11. You want me to sleep at 11 and expect me to be awake by 4:30, bro? How can I sleep at 11 and expect me to wake up by 4:30? Hata kama ni kusoma, it doesn't make sense, bro. And then you do all this stuff only to come out here and get paid peanuts, bro. Get paid peanuts. Yeah, like, why do I have to read for like 24 hours, bro? 20 hours. Okay, let me, like, 18 hours a day, bro. Like, the whole day we were sitting for, like, the whole day you learn with the teachers, and then at night, and then this, hey, at night you have to read still, like from 7 up to 11, up to 10:30, and then you have 30 minutes to prepare for bed. High school is just like prison, like it's just like a prison, you know. And boarding schools don't make sense. Why do, and also another question, why do the people who brought education in Africa, then they don't have boarding schools? Why do we have boarding schools in Africa? I feel like boarding schools are the worst, and if I ever have kids, I will never want my kids to go through that thing. Boarding school is the worst. It's the worst, and it should be abolished. To me, I think boarding schools should be abolished. They should be abolished. They're not conducive, they're not healthy, they are just weird institutions, you know. And very many weird things happen to people, like the nurses are rude, the teachers are rude, they don't take no one serious. When you're sick, they don't care, they just think you want to escape, you know. And yeah, I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. And the food we eat, oh my god, we eat bad food. And you're eating we eat bad food in high school. We eat bad food. We used to eat bad food. Kenyan high schools are the ghetto. They're the worst, honestly. So yeah, I think that's all for today's video. I hope you liked it. It was just a short video. I just wanted to share my thoughts because this thing is just crazy, you know. I hope you liked it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, share. And I think that's all for today's video. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.